Hi, everyone. Welcome to Flamingo's latest webinar. We're really excited to have everyone join our latest webinar where we will talk about event ideas for the summer. So if you are new to Flamingo or our webinars, we are super social. So definitely use the chat to introduce yourself. Let us know where you are coming from, and let us know what your favorite summer activity is. So this webinar is all about summer events. So really excited to have everyone on the webinar and already see a bunch of faces that I recognize. So thank you all for joining our webinar. So we shall get started right away. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Jude, and I am the founder and CEO of Flamingo. And so if you don't know WTF Flamingo, we are a resident engagement and experience platform. So right now we work with thousands of communities throughout the US to help them with resident engagement, resident experience, and we do that through our one app resident journey. So one app that your residents are able to use for everything that they need, whether it's maintenance requests, accessing their digital resident guides, smart keys, or a bunch of things. We kind of integrate everything residents need into one place, so your teams are not having to log into multiple different systems. So that's what Flamingo is all about. And so this webinar is all about events and engagement. So summer is a really critical time when it comes to resident engagement for a variety of reasons. One, everyone loves summer. Two, it's a time for people to get outdoors. So a lot of the events that we are going to talk about are events that you can do outside to really take advantage of the nice weather. I know for the people that are in San Diego, LA, you guys always have nice weather, but the rest of the country is not like that. I live in Chicago, and for 9 months out of the year, it's miserable. So summer is a really exciting time for us. So for events, you want to really utilize everything that you have to drive engagement and get residents really excited about your facilities. So summertime events are, I would say, my favorite. So I am really excited to go through some of those events with you all today. So this webinar, we're going to go through a bunch of events and how to really do them well. So the first event, most of you already have this booked, and most of you are already planning on doing events like these. But we really highly recommend you always do a pool party in some form, or some form of larger resident event in the summer. So pretty much most of you have some type of pool. So you want to take advantage of that by throwing a really epic pool party. So what we recommend is don't do the regular pool party with just food or whatever. You really want to make it an epic pool party by bringing together a lot of different activities for residents to do during the pool party. So that could be mixing the pool party with a comedian, or mixing the pool party with a live band or a DJ, or some type of caricature artist. So when you have your pool party, really think about what are the fun events or additional things that you can do during the pool party that's going to really keep residents engaged. So you really have to go beyond just food or music. You have to add a lot more elements to it. So I was recently in Vegas, so got to spend a lot of time hanging out by the pool. And what's nice there is for all the hotel pool parties, there are just a lot of things going on to make being at the pool even more exciting. So I really recommend doing a pool party that has a lot of different activities going on at the same time. And many of you have kids within your community. So you also have to think about how can we make our pool party more child and family friendly. So this is where those activities really come into place. So you can have a special section that's really focused around families. So really do a lot of things dedicated to make your pool party truly epic. So just don't do the regular, make it epic. And then another one that we highly recommend is a food truck festival. So many of you have done food trucks in the past. What we recommend is to do a food truck festival. So with a food truck festival, you are able to invite multiple food trucks that kind of battle it out. So you can have food trucks that offer different types of food, or have food trucks that have the full experience. So one food truck is all about like desserts. Another food truck is all about food. Another food truck is all about appetizers or drinks or beer. So you can have a variety of food trucks and then really make that into a full-on festival. And what I really like about an event like this is that it's an opportunity to really drive engagement, not just with your current residents, but also to drive engagement with your prospective residents. So highly recommend that for an event like this, you should invite prospects. So anyone that's toured within the last couple of months, you want to invite them to that. Anyone that said, hey, my moving date isn't for another like 6 months or 4 months or 2 months, you want to add those people to your email list and give them a reason why they should stop by. And the other benefit for a food truck festival is that it's an event, or another benefit of having an event where you invite prospects is that it's an opportunity for you to get an even bigger budget. So work with the marketing or leasing teams and use some of their budget to use for the food truck festival. So it's another nice way to get additional budget if you don't have enough to invite like multiple food trucks. So highly recommend an event like this because it's not only going to get you engagement from your residents, but also engagement from your prospects. And then another way you can also take this to the next level is to actually just invite the neighborhood. So just say, hey, we have an open food truck. You can get food, but obviously you have to pay for it yourself. So it's another way to increase food traffic, and that's something else you can use to get additional media coverage as well too. So really fun event, and you can do it in a way that doesn't actually cost you money. So maybe have tickets for your residents, but for everyone else, they have to pay for their food. So highly recommend an event like this. And then this one is always a popular one in the summer. So an outdoor movie event. What I really like about an event like this is you can do a lot of things with it to get additional engagement. So one way is do this monthly in the summer. So have this as a regular outdoor movie event that you do either every week or every month for the duration of the summer. And then two, you can have the situation, or you can have it where residents actually vote for what movie they should see. And you can have multiple different themes. So for 1 month, it could be horror movies. Another month, it could be sports movies or romantic movies. So you can do a lot with outdoor movies to drive a ton of engagement and get residents excited. And then if you have the space, it's another opportunity where you can invite prospects to it. So I will mention this a bunch of times throughout this presentation to invite prospects to your events. Everyone does events just for residents, but your prospects are future residents as well too. So one way to really get them excited about what life is like at your community is by actually having them become part of the community without actually having moved in first. So highly recommend you do a lot more events with prospects. So the outdoor movie one is one example. And then of course you can include additional parts to an outdoor movie event. That could be renting like a cotton candy machine, or have cocktails, or make it like a BYOB where residents have to bring their own things. So lots of different directions for where you can take an event like this. But the main thing is make it really fun and also invite your prospects as well too. Another one that's a classic is a yoga, brunch, and mimosas type event. And the other reason why I like an event like this is most of you and many of you have rooftops and many of you have pool decks. So an event like this allows you to take advantage of those amenity spaces. So, and the event combines like multiple different types of events. So it combines a yoga class to brunch, and then you can also have a live DJ as well to take this like over the top. So really like an event like this because it's very unique. It combines multiple different types of events and it's completely Instagrammable. So make sure when you do these types of events, you get residents to take lots of pictures and your teams should also take lots and lots of pictures as well. So give your marketing team some fun stuff that they can put on social media. And I also highly recommend you make an event like this, an ongoing event that you do for the entire summer. Why that's so nice is because if you do an event like this for the whole summer, you can have it as a series. So the first event or the first month could be yoga. The second month could be a boot camp class. The third month could be, I don't know, Zumba. So you can really make various themes, and that's going to give your residents like multiple reasons to want to attend. And then another one, this one is coming up pretty quickly, but you can do this one right away, is to do a 4th of July cocktails. So bring in a bartender, you could do it yourself and help your residents make really fun and trendy drinks. A lot of people are going to be traveling, but a lot more of your residents are going to be staying on site. So what are all those people going to do? This is a fun thing you can provide for them to do. So highly recommend this one. I always recommend events like these that are very seasonal because it goes along with what people already expect and what they are going to be doing. So a pretty fun and easy event to do. And you can also turn an event like this into some type of contest. Like, hey, let's see the best pictures from the 4th of July cocktail class. So another way to get a lot of content that your marketing team can utilize on social media. And then another great one where you can invite the whole neighborhood to increase foot traffic and also invite prospects as well is to do your own festival. So I live in Chicago and we do a lot of summer festivals in Chicago. So there's absolutely no reason for you why you cannot do your own like festival. So a festival just has a few key things. Typically some form of music, food, drinks, and then art. So this is an event where you can put on, have food, have drinks, have a live band, and then invite like local artists to display their art. So they are going to be very appreciative because it gives them another audience. Typically for an artist, if they have to go display their art at a festival, they have to pay a lot of money. So if you do your own mini festival, you have the perfect event space. It could be your rooftop, your pool, your resident lounge, or wherever. The artist would be very appreciative to have that opportunity to sell their art without having to fork over a lot of money to a festival organizer. So a really fun event because you not only invite prospects, but you can also invite your residents and also invite the whole neighborhood. So this is going to get you a ton of foot traffic, and it's a nice event that you can do along with your leasing team or your marketing team to either get more budget or turn this immediately into tours. So if people come, you can say, hey, now that you're here, let's just walk around and like I can show you what our community looks like. So a really, really fun event to do. Other thing you can also do for this is you can invite, if you have local restaurant partners, you can also invite them to have like a stand where they have appetizers or other things to do. So this is a really great event that you can do. It's not going to cost you a lot of money, especially if you already have those types of partnerships like established. So highly recommend a mini summer festival. And you can also get some media and PR from this as well, especially if you make it open to your entire neighborhood. So it's summer. Everyone loves ice cream, or at least everyone that is human. So most people enjoy ice cream. So we recommend doing a fun like ice cream crawl. It could be by amenity, it could be by floor, but you can set up multiple different ice cream stations throughout the building. So a really fun and easy event, and one that is super family friendly, that anyone that has kids would really appreciate that you did an event like this. And what I like about this is that it's a super cheap event to do. So this isn't going to cost you a lot of money, but it's going to be extremely popular. And it's also super Instagrammable as well too. So a fun ice cream crawl is one that I would highly recommend you do every single year or every single month, but mostly do it in the summer. Another fun event is a wing festival. So we recently added this to our event marketplace, and we were shocked by how popular it was when people did book it. So wing festival, people apparently really love wings because for every event that was done, we actually got complaints because the food ran out really quickly. So a wing festival is one that I would really, really recommend. And I'll talk a little bit more about this, but you can take this event to the next level by having like a hot wing eating contest. So kind of a fun thing to do to drive additional engagement. So feedback from Jessica Davis that wings are so expensive right now. That is definitely true, but so is apartments. Everything is very expensive right now. So I'm sure you can expend some of that budget. But this is a really fun event because one, it has food. And then two, you can make it into a fun competition. So we've gotten really, really good feedback from the Wing Festival. This is one that I would highly recommend. Another fun one is it's summer. So many of you have grilling stations. So highly recommend a grilling 101 class. So all you need is a chef that can teach residents like what are the best ways to grill. You can have this in many different ways. It could be how to grill fish, how to grill vegetables, how to grill, name whatever. So many residents would really appreciate this because they already utilize those amenity spaces. So this is a nice way to offer something where they can learn a new skill for something that they already do naturally, but might not be as educated as they could be. So highly recommend a grilling 101 class for your residents. And then it also comes with food. So that's something else that they would really like. Another quick one is a taco bar and drinks. So this is a classic one for the summer or even year round. So create your own taco station. Fun. Everyone loves tacos. So do it a Taco Tuesday, and a really nice way to add another element to your events. And then you can also combine this with like a DJ or something else to make it even more fun. So food events, you can never really go wrong. And then another classic one is a Yappy Hour. So this is a fun event to bring all the people within your community that are pet owners. So what I like about a great event strategy is you want to have events that target different demographics within your building. So pet people are super, super passionate about their pets, and they love to meet other people that have pets. So a fun event you can do outdoors. You can combine this with a few different events. So you could do a movie, like a pet movie. I don't know what the names are, but you can do a movie that's all like pet based and make that available or make it open to people that have pets so they can have like mini picnics and then watch a movie. So a lot of fun event directions you can go for an event like this. And then you would get a ton of pictures from this event that you can utilize on social media. So this is one that I highly, highly recommend because pet people are super obsessed with their pets. So they would appreciate events that you do that really bring and incorporate their pets to those events. Another great one that is really hands-on is make your own mojitos. So this is a fun one that you can do almost year-round, whether it's during the Kentucky Derby or just over the summer. So any type of event where residents have to make their own things is always fun. And it's something where they get to learn something else as well. And then for an event like this, you can always invite prospects as well. And what's nice about these types of events is that it's pretty cheap. So you get a bartender, a cocktail maker, they bring a bunch of things, and then everyone gets to kind of participate. So a really, really fun, simple event that can get you a bunch of traffic and then really drive engagement for your residents. One that could be a replacement for your pool party is doing like a really fancy, either like a casino party or just like a fancy summer party where the dress code is formal. You can do a bunch of things with this. So make it really elegant and your residents are going to love it. So an event like this, you can go in many different directions. What I like about this is it gives people a reason to dress up, and everyone loves dressing up. So if you give your residents a reason to dress up for like a fun and elegant party, they are really going to love this. And it's going to also give them the opportunity to want to invite their friends to come attend. So a really fun party. What I like about an event like this is coming up with the different names. So you can come up with really fun names for this. It could be Party in Vegas or Night in the Monte Carlo, or incorporate the city or your building in some way into the name. So for me, that's actually one of my favorite parts of a fun event like this, is coming up with the names. And then another thing you can do for an event like this is to make it a fundraiser. So you can have the funds, you can actually have residents pay for this, or you could have them donate to attend. So you can use those donations to help a local charity. I know, for example, some of our Gray Star clients, they always donate to St. Jude. So this is an example of an event where they can do it and then have those funds go towards like St. Jude or other charities that you all want to support. So a really, really fun event where you can do this in multiple different ways. It could go from like super fancy to very basic. But one of the key things here is it gives residents a reason to dress up, a reason to really feel elegant. So highly recommend this. And then a question from Samantha is, what type of activity would you have at this party? So there are a lot of different activities you can incorporate. The quickest one is a casino. So you can have a casino company bring in tables. You can also incorporate a magician, a comedian. You could have a cocktail station. You could have a face painting station. You can have balloons. So a lot of different things you can do to make this a really fun event. You could also have this where residents donate things. So if a residents have things they want to donate, they can donate those things, and then you all can have like a brown elephant, or those things that residents donate could be auctioned off as well too. So this is a really cool event that you can take in like multiple different directions. You could take it where it doesn't cost a lot, even though it feels like it's very fancy, or you could spend a lot of money for it. But a lot of different ways you could do this. And your residents are always looking for ways to give away things that they have. So just send out an email, ask people like, hey, what are things that you have that you want to donate, or that you want to have included as part of the auction? And the revenue raised from the auction could then go to a local charity. You will be surprised how many things that residents are going to be able to give away. It could be an Xbox, it could be some art that they bought a while ago. So a lot of different ways to do this. And this is also, again, an event where you can absolutely invite prospects to it as well too. So highly recommend an event like this. And then another cool one is it's summer, so people like to drink smoothies. So you can do a fun one on a weekend, Saturday morning or Sunday morning. You could pair this with a yoga class, some type of fitness class. What I also like about this is that it's a fun one that brings like delicious drinks, but it's also educational to help residents know how to make really cool drinks that they could take and make part of their day-to-day life. So pretty quick and fun one as well too. And then I went through a bunch of them. One crazy and fun one is do an eating contest. So that could be a hot dog eating contest or a hot wing eating contest. So do events that are fun. So things that your residents really haven't done before. So an event like this is one of those ones where you don't know what's going to happen. People might like it. People might hate it. I lean towards people might really like this. So get really hot wings, get a lot of hot dogs, and create a fun contest out of it. And that gives you a lot of fun to use on your social media. So another fun one that I would recommend. I would consider this one more experimental because I don't have a lot of good data on if your residents would like it. So if someone does implement it, please let us know how it worked out. And then, so that is all the events ideas that we have for the summer. Obviously, there are a lot of other things that you can see on Flamingo's event marketplace. But next, I wanted to go through some reminders to always ensure that your events go really well. So it's not enough to just do events, but you have to do events well in a way that the residents actually attend. So something to always keep in mind is that when you do events, you are competing with all the entertainment options that your residents have to do. So there are a couple of things that we recommend you do in order to ensure that your events go really well. So one of the key things that we highly always recommend is to spend more time marketing your event than anything else. So I give this example on all occasions. The company Coke, they spend billions of dollars like marketing like a sugary drink that everyone already knows about. The reason they do it is because marketing works. So the same thing with your events, you need to make sure that residents know your event is going to happen. So everyone makes a mistake where they think sending like one email or two emails is enough. You have to get really creative to make sure that residents are going to attend the event and that they are actually excited about attending the event. If you are simply sending out an email that's like, hey, we have a happy hour tomorrow, or we have a happy hour next week, that's not really creative. You have to get very, very creative with your marketing to get people to actually attend. So why should they attend the happy hour? What's going to be fun about it? So companies spend a lot of money to market. So you also need to incorporate that creativity when you market your events to residents, because you are competing against a lot of things that take up your attention. Another one is don't force residents to send an email or RSVP. So it's the 21st century. You need some type of resident engagement app so residents can quickly RSVP. And it's less work for you, so you don't have to manage that by email. And then it's also important because you need the analytics. So you need to know who is actually attending events, and then how often they attend events, and you can see which events are most popular. So make sure that you have a really good way to manage your events in a way that's intelligent. And then another one is really make sure that you always include social media into the mix. So make sure that there's a hashtag, make sure that you have some type of incentive for residents to send you pictures. So do a lot to really drive additional engagement on social media. So this is where your marketing team would really value you, because this provides them more content and more exposure to prospects and other people that might be interested. So always make sure that your social media is somehow brought into the mix. And then another one is don't ignore resident requests. So find a way to figure out the events that residents really like. So ask them, that's the quickest way, but also look at all of your data to see what type of feedback your residents left. Did they like the food truck? Did they like this? And then you can then add that to your list of like your must-do events. So always make sure that you pay attention to what's resonating with your residents. And then another one is you really always want to make sure that you get the maximum value out of the events that you do. So events are a great way to get online reviews. So you always want to make sure that every single event is tied to a review generation campaign. So everyone that attends an event should be prompted in some form to leave a review on Google, Facebook, Yelp, or wherever. So all your events should lead to reviews. This is the biggest mistake we see people make is they do fun events. Events are great, residents connect, but at the end of the day, your asset manager, the owner, they are looking for a real ROI. So if you spend $500, $1,000, $2,000 on a pool party or whatever, this should lead to a bunch of reviews. So make sure that you have some form of way to generate reviews from your events. This is what separates like an okay property manager or event host to one that really understands the business value of everything that happens within the community. So this is how you get your next promotion is at the end of the year, you can say, hey, we spent $5,000 on events. We did 12 different events and we generated a total of 20, 40, whatever reviews from each of those events. This is how you really separate yourself is tie the events and engagement to actual business value. So cannot overemphasize this one enough. And then another one is we went through this a bunch of times, but don't forget to invite prospects. Again, this is where you kind of separate yourself from an okay event host or okay property manager to one that really understands the business value all throughout. So make sure that you are connecting with prospects and you are tying every event that you do to a way to generate interest in the property, either through foot traffic or the social media side as well too. So don't forget to always think about what the overall business value is. So thank you all for attending. So if you don't know, you can book events on Flamingo's platform as quickly as you can book an event or as quickly as you can book an Uber. So we make it super simple. We have thousands of event hosts throughout the US. So you can book everything from an outdoor movie to your pool party to an ice cream social, all within just a few clicks. So thank you all for attending. And the last thing is, if you still do not have a property branded app, you can get one through Flamingo for free, and we even throw in a free event if you get one of our apps. So thank you all for attending. So our demos or our webinars are super quick and to the point. So I'll let you all get back to your day-to-day jobs. So bye, everyone.